The following program is brought to you by the Wenz World Order.
And now, let's talk about the match that I think all of us were excited about this. We disagreed on this match. Some of us had Sammy, some of us had Drew. And now, we find ourselves looking at a 12-0 record for Drew McIntyre against Sami Zayn in televised matches. Absurdity, gentlemen. Absurdity for this to be so one-sided. Yeah, I fact-checked that. I didn't believe it when I first saw it. It is true. Oh, it's damn true. And this, to me, we saw it coming. I saw it coming. I saw Sammy doing the same thing that Sammy does in Saudi. He gets so close, and then boom, Claymore, and it's all done, right? Good match. Again, this is one of those matches where it could have gone either way a few times. I liked it. I want y'all's thoughts, not only on the match, but also, does this kind of silence that whisper in the WWE universe that Drew McIntyre isn't quite legit?
If anybody is whispering that, they're only making themselves look retarded. And I don't use that word lightly. Drew McIntyre has been a legitimate star for a long fucking time. And they kept getting him close and then pulling him back, getting him close and then pulling him back over and over and over again. And now they gave him this win here in Saudi at the Royal Rumble. And they're going to have him go take this title to the Royal Rumble. I'm just curious as to who he's going to face at WrestleMania. Because at this point, we are fairly certain we're getting Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. What are you going to argue that? I think so. Who is it that's going to face Drew McIntyre? And there's a number of people it could be. But if Roman is facing CM Punk, and we've got we'll find out. It'll come. The Elimination Chamber will give us a number one contender. But I'm very curious as to who it'll be. Still hoping among hope. I'm fairly certain he's going to be in the match. I said he was going to win the Rumble. I was wrong. I'm saying LA Knight because damn it, we need him.
I mean, he got close. He was one of the final four, wasn't he?
Ooze when they eliminated LA Knight.
They got to start listening to the boos when it counts. That is even though the crowd was about a third of the way full, like that's still something you should listen to. This is an international audience. And if they'd been able to tap into our TV streams, for those of us who have ESPN, not me, you would have been able to hear the boos and the screams and oh, here we go again. You know, can't even take him down to the final, 3. I did see this really interesting take. And Booch, I want to get your thoughts on this match, obviously. But Leon Parker 434 says, Sami Zayn is the Canadian version of Hacksaw Jim Duggan for this generation. He's not wrong. That is a great comp. Always there in the big matches, but never really overcoming that summit. Like he just never reached it. He just never got there. I mean, it's part of my language. I know who Hacksaw is. I mean, who doesn't have a 2x4 in honor of Hacksaw Jim Duggan? Hey-oh, yeah, you know. Okay, well, Home Depot is probably close by. You can stop by today. They're open till 9. But as the WWE universe, we ask ourselves, when is Sami Zayn gonna get the strap? When?
He has to. It's at this point. We're stuck in a situation where he should have won at the Rumble. I don't hate Drew McIntyre. I'm not saying he's not a star. He is. But again, it's one of those things where it was a good time to do it. At this point, you got one of two ways to save this. And I heard somebody else say this online. Now I don't remember their person's name, but he said, at this point, Sammy needs to do what Cody did. He needs to have a year-long adversity thing, win the Rumble next year, and then have a finish the story moment at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. At this point, you either do that or you just release him because he has no value. Because unlike Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who at least had a gimmick and something legendary people remember, Sammy's just Sammy. Like, I don't think he's a great wrestler, but he doesn't have a gimmick that will stand the test of time, in my opinion. So I believe Sammy, he needs, if he doesn't win, because he didn't win this year, he needs it next year. In Saudi Arabia at WrestleMania 43, he needs to walk out as the WWE champion or release him because no one's going to believe in him anymore because he's lost too many times. He's said too many times. He's lost too many times. The faith is dwindling.
I think you're out of your goddamn mind. I think Sami Zayn is so amazingly over that he will stand the test of time, even if he never wins that big title. It'll be very much like a honky tonk man or oh God, there were so many names that were just in my head a minute ago. There are tons of big stars. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat never won the big one. And you know how I feel about Ricky, but
I feel the same way. That's why I'm laughing, but you're right. That's why I'm still laughing though.
But I believe that Sammy is so popular, so big, and is always in these big matches, always right there in these big storylines, that there's no way he's going to be one of those guys that's lost and forgotten. Don't get me wrong. I agree with about every other thing you said. He definitely needs a win. He didn't need to win it at the Rumble because Drew did not need to lose it. That was a match where there was no good option. Having Drew lose the title already was bad. Having Sammy lose didn't look good either. There was no great option for the end of that match.
Yeah. I mean, you guys covered every single possible angle of that. And Booch, way to call out WrestleMania 42 being in Saudi Arabia. Big time. Good job. Because that really does make a huge difference for Sami Zayn. I mean, that is the time, that is the place for him to win it all, right? I mean, if he doesn't win it there, just stick a fork in him, he's done. Where else do you win it? I mean, doesn't make sense. Fix it, WWE, fix it.
The preceding program was brought to you by the Wenz World Order.